Day 4. Now everybody is finding out what it is like to be unemployed. And so this is marvellous, really, eh? Because everybody's at home. They're really finding out what their family's like. This is unusual in the experience of the human race. This is unusual, man. Where everybody is under house arrest with their families and they can't go out. This is amazing. I mean, some families are just going to self-destruct probably, but mostly people will learn to embrace themselves, and it's personal growth, like big time, and you'll be getting people doing all sorts of things. I mean, like myself, they never got anything together to spend a month at home. And because I should have, haha, yeah. No, I'm sweet. I've got stuff. Yeah, I should have got some of that vehicle wrap. I was going to wrap my car. Um, not a whole wrap, but do some graphic-y stuff on it. Yeah. Oh, that would have been sweet. Um, and yeah, maybe paint the calipers. Yeah. I think the COVID experience, this is going to profoundly change the financial system. Because I thought for ages, right, one way to get rid of a parasite is to starve it to death. And at this point, this is the big chance where it's just going to cease. It's going to cease activities like everything else, right? So now's the chance to actually, uh, utilise a different way because, you know, uh, well, that might be like difficult to achieve, but the situation's certainly going to enable a different kind of conversation, right? And it's those few things coming into play. It is this 100% tight focus on the family unit, right? Which is what people are getting at the moment. Um, the fact that they don't have an income, right? The fact that businesses all shut down, in that case, businesses all shut down. I mean, the government's subsidising things, so it hasn't actually. Everything's just put, yeah, it's a big pause button being pushed, right? But while say business owners or employees, they're all at home thinking about their work, and they'll be refining how they perceive situation, their role in the company's operations, and people might have a few ideas come to them about how things might be improved in their business situations. And so for me, there's little chance of that because I'm already real ace at driving a truck, right? And it's coming at a time, this is happening at a time when I'd actually got a bit bored with YouTube. You know, I've done the YouTube thing, all those different subjects, you know. And so this is where you get your personal growth. It's like you're pushing it out beyond where you were. And so, yeah. So, with all this thinking going on, people will have envisioned courage, you know, an optimistic view to go out and for, you know, this is in New Zealand, in the New Zealand situation, people will come out of this when we're allowed out, right? People will have a real firm sense of community, right? Because they're at home and they'll go out. We'll all go out. We'll be able to go out, and we'll go out, and we'll look at everyone will look at each other. There'll be more love in the eye than there has been, right? And I'll say that there will be more love in the eyes about, you know, there'll be more goodwill to each other, and that's going to be really cool. Yeah, people will be very seriously operating at a high level of efficiency, like with the fuel, the car. They'll know, oh fuck, I've been home, we're going to be home all this time. We're driving the car, fuck, that's saving heaps of money, man. Because for me, geez, did I burn through cash just driving around? Because the car is my main source of entertainment, really, driving around. That's why I got this car. It's my main source of entertainment. And it's like, you know, you're involved with, it's like you're able to, the car thing, for those that don't know, the car thing is rather like seeing a really nice painting and being able to step into it. Being able to step into that really nice painting and be part of that painting, that really nice painting. And that's what the car thing is. It's a remarkable thing. And so I've got a lot of love for the car thing. And this car, it's like it was BMW's top car in 2004. And so what you get with the BMW's top car of 2004 is the top stereo system. And normally the stereo is really good if you can turn it right up and it's still really clear. It's amazing as at full volume. But this thing is so amazing, the stereo. You can hear how amazing it is even when it's really quiet. because it really it facilitates the bass, and God, it's good, eh? It's like holy shit. Even when it's quiet, it pulls out all of the sound that's engineered into a recording. It is able to reproduce that input, right? And hardly any stereos do that. No TVs do that. No TVs do that, right? And so I went to the beach anyway. Yesterday morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock. No, it was 4:30 in the morning. And because if I go to bed at like 10 or 11 o'clock, booyah, I'm going to wake up at 4 or 5. And it actually is governed by when I need to go to the toilet, right? That wakes me up. And so when you go to bed, that's when it dictates when you actually need to go to the toilet. And anyway. So I went to the beach, right? Takapuna Beach, which is real nice. It's a nice beach, man. It's in town, and it's just the beach, right? Just here, right? Just over the harbour bridge in Auckland here. And it was dark. And because we're allowed to, we've just got to maintain that 2 metres thing. 2 metres social distancing. And so, anyway, at that hour, I knew there would be no one there. A lot of people go to Takapuna Beach because a lot of people live right next to it because it's in town, basically. It's next to, it's actually next to, there's a little CBD, Takapuna CBD's right there, and but beyond that, it's residential, right? And so a lot of people can go there. And but at 5 in the morning there was no one there, and so I was there for about 2 hours, and it was quite amazing. I was playing this music, man, you know, and because the stereo, it reproduces the sound so well. I was sitting there with it. Yeah, anyway. Now the previous day I went down as well, and it was in the day, and man, I was blasting all this music, and it was really like it was um, it was kind of, there was orchestral stuff, you know, and so yeah, it was pretty nice, man, I tell you. Um, so anyhow, yeah, I was there for about 2 hours. It was about getting on to 7 o'clock in the morning, and this cop came along, and he says, "Oh, what are you doing here?" So right then, I knew he was just operating under the belief that anxiety is wisdom, because according to the rules that have been set by this lockdown, you're allowed to go out locally, and that is local to me. Um, when there's, you know, but the primary thing is maintaining your 2 metres, and so I was within the rules, you know. Um, this cop was working under the assumption, oh, what if everybody came to him? See, that is catastrophizing, and it's initiating an argument talking like that, right? If there was all sorts of people there, I wouldn't have been there. And I said to him, well, I'm here because this is literally the only thing I can do. And that was true. That was a fair point. It is literally the only thing you can do if you leave home. You know, you can go to the supermarket and the doctor, and or you can go to a park or something, or a beach, right? You can go to the park, and he tried to modify the rules, and it was like, oh, you're only allowed to walk, you know, you're only allowed to walk, and so his compulsion to promote the anxiety says that in his mind he's allowed to twist the truth to make it more, to make the anxiety seem more valid. And I said to him that, oh well, I was almost ready to go anyway, because I went there to see the sunrise, you know, just like with Piha and that other one, and and see, so his main thing was to promote anxiety as wisdom. And so when I said that I was already ready to go, I'd already decided I was going to go. He in his mind he'd prevailed over me by getting me to move, right? And after that he got all friendly, and we were just chit chatting about stuff. And that's the thing of it. That is the experience of promoting anxiety as wisdom. It is only to prevail over someone, and it's at the real fundamental level of the interaction. Yeah, so it's been great, man. I tell you, it's been great seeing how the media have changed their tune. Oh God, when they're all thrashing that political thing, you know, psychoanalyzing normal people. God, it's been good. And now they have to, now they have to be the nurturer. Now they have to act with love because this situation, um, the situation is like, I mean, it's like the whole. You get a country, right? You get a person who gets a cold, a flu, right? And they've got to lie down, man. They're in bed, They can't do anything. They go in bed. They're real sick. And then after a time, it passes, and then they are able to be normal again. You know. And in this instance, it's the whole country that has a cold, right? The whole country has COVID-19, and and so I see a similarity there between the experience of the individual and the experience of the whole. It's going to run the same course, and because the country's a lot bigger, well, that's why instead of being 3 days or 4 days of being beaten up by the virus, because the whole country is a lot bigger, we need a lot bigger time. So that's why instead of 3 or 4 days, it's going to be like 28 days, and it may well go longer. Um, but I'm anticipating, because I'm a class 5 truck driver, and I'm anticipating going back to work fairly soon, because my boss might contract me out to one of the essential services, um, like the foodstuffs thing or something. And I'd be alright with that. Um, hey, anyway, made this quick vid, but my battery's running out, and see, the big thing today, like, this is the morning video, right? Okay, I'm going to make this video longer because my battery's flat. I've got to finish it, but I'm going to add another one on. See, I've learned how to edit, right? Oh, after all these vids, man, I'm finally going to do some edit work and make some videos with edited videos. And so I'll make another video at the end of the day, and you can see how the difference is, A special shout out to the new subscribers, and special shout out to Karen. I think there's something quite special with Karen, and she is a very quality person, I tell you. And these people, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you a bit later on.